G'day everyone, Kurt Posey here. I hope you're all well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. Thanks for pressing play and watching. Okay, today is Wednesday, the 26th of the 10th, 2016, and the time is 10:17 WAST. Lots to go through, folks. As you all know, the world is becoming an extremely dangerous and dastardly place. As I said, there's very dark people sitting in very dark rooms planning very dark things. But we prevail. The truth goes on. Now, the reason I haven't been able to upload anything recently is because I am being severely manipulated on YouTube, it would appear. My last video took 3 full days to upload, so you can imagine the fun and games I'm having. But, once again, the truth will prevail. You have to think that we all have to prevail over the filth in the world at the moment to bring out the truth. And I suppose if you ever thought that it was going to be any different than that, then we wouldn't be doing it. Okay, so where does that leave us? Right, lots to go through, folks. I've actually got a list of stuff to go through. Here is the Aussie debt clock, speedily heading towards 6 trillion, over nearly 6 trillion, 1 billion. Is that right? 100 billion. You gotta laugh, haven't you? And as you all know by now, you cannot pay this debt back. That includes me. Sorry, my pockets aren't that deep. I'd love to help you all out, but she ain't gonna happen, folks. But this is getting absolutely ridiculous. This is the total government debt. actually not, because the state government debt and all the other debts should be combined, because if you're stupid enough to think that the state government debt is not tied in with the federal government debt, then I'm sorry, you are sadly and poorly a few kangaroos short of the top paddock. There's not much to say about this, folks, except for the fact that the reason I'm showing this, and I'm going to keep showing it, is so that you can all show people who need to see this. Because as you know, it's a bit of an eye-opener, isn't it? Bit of a bowel opener too, I reckon. But did you get a bad case of the Harold Parks? I would put it to people this way. I've showed it to my wife, and I said, how much do you think your Australian debt is at the moment? And she's no idea, absolutely no idea. Sipping latte go. So, and which is kind of outlandish because my wife is an accountant. So look, she knows there's a problem, but she didn't realise it was this bad. Now, read that, folks. It says, representative of aggregate debts in both the private, household and business sector and the public government sector of the Australian economy. So what that actually means is that it's collective debt, including debts outside of the banking system. I wonder what they are. Be nice if they told us. Okay, well, that's just to show everyone that we're still there. We still have shitloads of them. I want to move through these quickly, okay? Now, the line continues, folks. Here we are, recent earthquakes. I'm not going to do the last 30 days. I'll keep the 7, Australia and region. Now, it's actually pretty interesting because here, um, anything out this side of Australia and anything out this side of Australia should represent a tsunami warning if it's a major earthquake. Now, don't forget, a major earthquake is 3 and above, if I remember if that's the classification is correct. Now look down here. Okay? There's some bees there. It's actually staggering. Did you hear of any of these? No. Nothing. So yesterday there was one in Kalgoorlie, which is in Western Australia. I live in Perth, Western Australia, not even mentioned. On the news, nothing, saw nothing of it. Mind you, I've got to be honest, I don't watch the mainstream news anymore. And I strongly advise everyone to stop doing it if they are. It's just a propaganda machine for, I'm starting to realise it's a propaganda machine in Australia as much as it is for the US, it is for Australia. So get off it, folks. Start watching internet, internet providing news. It's truthful, factual, and truthful. Look at some of these airplanes here, folks. 6.4. There's that baby. Uh, 6.4. Jesus, the airplane. Remember, the one that wiped out Italy was 604. Interesting to know, we're still getting ones in the Peterman's ranges at north. Basically, anything in Australia. See that one there, 5.2 at north. Now, if that's true, and even if that isn't true, the one below at 8.4 at 88, that's a tsunami warning, folks. Because you know what that is, don't you? See those two? 3? There's 3 there. So, that's not good. Queensland's just off there. You get a massive tsunami coming through there. All that East Coast is gone. So, they're lying to us, the bastards. Let me get know I said I wasn't going to get into Nibiru too much anymore, but I found something on a couple of these which is unrealistic or something anyway. Scott and I have been through them in the last couple of days. I tried to upload this video a couple of days ago and I made a mistake and deleted it. So what I'm going to show you now is I'm hoping that this plays. Keep your eye on this here. Don't worry about this here at the moment, although that is relevant. But the reason why it's kind of there is there. Scott and I think that this is a light refraction on the actual camera. We are not 100% sure on that, but we think it is. Now watch this space over here. And hope this plays through because I actually, it's Tuesday and it's already wiped off the system. I'm hoping that the memory's included in it. Here we go, soon find out. Beautiful. Now, we'll stop here. Now, watch this area over here. Watch this planet. We thought it was a cloud, but it's not. When it comes in the view, I'll show you. There, see that one? Keep watching. I'll just bring it forward. I'm sorry about the noise of this, but this is the only way I can do it. For some reason, it won't let me do it any other way. Oh, there you go. Right, see this here? Keep an eye on it. Because we were watching this, we never even paid attention to this. So just keep watching. See the wings on it? You see that? This is all relevant, folks. You just keep watching. It's a moving mass. See the cloud? Notice the cloud for that day. It goes right through the screen, and that is massive, folks, whatever it is. See how it leaves the clouds behind? It's not a cloud, folks. It comes right from the horizon right through. Okay, you won't be able to see this now. This is the only one that I've got. This is the last one because they're now up to Thursday. Like I said, the video got deleted. I'll keep doing this so you guys can see it. And if you want to record it, you can record it and analyse it. Yeah, see the wings on it? I don't know whether that's cloud residue or whatever, but I'm not sure. This, as I said, we think, so I'm sip of coffee, we think is lens flare, defect in the lens, but we're not 100% sure on that. Okay, so that one's gone. I'll fire it through one more time. There you go, that's a good little pick of it. See that? The graphics aren't good on this computer. By the way, to the gentleman who sent me the gift, I am very, very much appreciative. We're trying to get it set up now. And hopefully we'll be able to use it soon. I'm just going to leave that. I won't announce the gentleman's name because that's not right. But thank you very much for all your help and assistance. God bless. So, does that look like a planet to anyone else, or is it just me? There you go. Right, get rid of that one. That's the last one you're ever going to see it, folks, because they shut this down on the Sunday because in Perth on the Sunday we had a perfectly, since Sunday we've had perfectly clear skies and they shut it down. And I might add, on south and southwest facing cameras, or south north or north south facing cameras, they keep shutting them down at night time. So there is something there that they don't want us to see. Okay. Now, this is Thursday. Last one was Tuesday. October 20th. We'll let this play and you'll see, just keep an eye here. See that there? Just watch this. Look at this. Once again, all of it goes through. And stop it there. Okay, see that, folks? Too far back. See that? Now, notice this line that goes straight through the screen, which is on the Tuesday one as well. We don't know what that is. We can't figure out what it is. Maybe a spider web. We just don't know what it is. But I will point out, on this side of the screen, where that line is, it's a lighter hue than it is on this part of the screen. So whether that means that this is a default in the actual recording of the screen, I'm not sure. I didn't notice it before, and I looked at it a lot, but it seems odd to us. Now, I'll keep doing this forward. Right. And yeah, she grows, folks. That's not a cloud. So I'll put it off again. And that is massive. And there's something else to it as well. And it's kind of got a funny colour to it. And there's another one there. And that's it. anything. On I've got to take it down to the screen and okay. This is just a refraction of the lens from the glare. Okay. There we go, folks. Watch it disappear over the horizon. Does actually go all the way past the horizon. Gone. Now, as I was saying, Scott, if you have a good look at it when it comes up, you can actually see it until it disappears. But the thing that surprises me about when it disappears is that, to me, it sort of pops into the screen from the horizon. Does that make sense? Because if I keep looking, I can still see it. You see it? It's still there. So that's 8 o'clock at night now. So it's big, whatever it is, and it's actually in the screen. Okay? Once again, if you want to look at that yourselves, you better get on there today, because today's the last day it's going to be there. Okay, this one I cannot play back, I do not think. Now, Scott and I are a little bit unsure about this one, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Look up here, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's the 7th one there. Now, I'm going to try and play this through 3, 40, but this is on an archive that only holds him for 1 day. So if he doesn't, then you know what. Yeah, it's not going to work. There you go. See how this spreading out across the horizon? There's one over there as well. Look. They're not supposed to be there, folks. Are they clouds? Could be. But you've got to ask yourself, why are they arrayed in such a fashion that they don't look like clouds? And why are they that colour? One there, 1, 2, 3, 4, another one there. You know, I'm not telling you that they are, but once again, that is the only recourse of showing you that I've got, because these can't play these at the moment because it's gone. The footage is gone. Okay, so 1639 is the only way that I can show you. Bloody frustrating. They're what we call shark bait in Australia. Especially for this time of year. Yeah, look, I can't get it any better than that. You can see in there. Um, if anyone has any ideas, love to hear it. Okay, 39. What's this? That's kind of suspicious, isn't it? 41. Yeah, it's still the same. Anyway, that's another one for you guys to look at. Um, okay, this interview here on USA Watchdog with this lady here called Catherine Austin Fitz, who is probably um, the best. She's so intelligent, it's unbelievable. If I had a quarter of her brains, I wouldn't know what to do with them, to be honest with you. She's very down to earth. Um, I'd love to hear her speak at a seminar or whatever, but this interview that Greg does with this woman here is worth the whole 38 minutes listening to it. Not only does she tell you what's wrong with everything, she also advises us that the 50, the 21 trillion that we all know is in the national debt at the moment is actually 50. And she gives you exactly the reason why it's 50. Because there's a couple of things that everybody's forgotten about. Missing money. And it was just reported last week that US Treasury cannot account for another $9.2 trillion. Not billions, trillions, folks. So I strongly recommend that you all watch that interview. Very good interview. Okay, this is wrong. Somehow, I don't know, it might be right, but for some reason it's gone from 20 down to 19 and a half, 19 might be wrong, but I could have sworn that 20 going to 21. Something's gone wrong somewhere. I'm going to refresh it just to see what happens. No, that's it. Everybody knows that it's gone past 20, so I don't know what this is. Maybe they fuddled it around somewhere. One of the interesting things on this though is that you remember when dollar to silver ratio is 7 or 6 or something? It's 951.47 per ounce now. You look at the gold, 8,635 per ounce. That's bizarre. Honestly, that's bizarre. Currently, there is something like 700 paper contracts for each ounce of gold. I'll say that again. Just so you realise how bizarre things have gotten. There's 700 contracts for each ounce of gold sold. So it's actually getting to banana republic stage, folks, if it isn't already. And I'm sorry to say that about America, but, America includes the rest of the world, so we're all in the banana republic state. I'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. Okay, SGT report on YouTube. This interview here with Bill Holter has to be behind Catherine Austin Fitz's interview, or it's on par. And he lets you know exactly what's going on and tells you exactly how long this is going to last, which isn't long, by the way. Okay, so brings us to a very, very important point. The time, folks, for all of us to stand up is now. Not yesterday, not the day before, it's now. We have to stand up and expose this rotten filth that's permeating everything in the world at the moment. Look, I've got family in America, and look, I'm in Australia. Let's concentrate on that for a second before we talk about America. It won't affect us straight away. We'll have that old Aussie sugary right, mate. Let's all bury our heads up our ass scenario. It's in America, it's in Europe. Even when they're dropping bombs on each other, which they probably will do, it still won't be our problem. Should be right, mate. So, at worst, we'll have a couple of days, maybe 3 to 4 days of should be right, and then the shit's gonna hit the fan. But that doesn't exclude you from the fact that you need to actually get ready and get prepared and tell your families. If they want to listen to you, fine. Don't be a megaphone. What you actually need to do is get everyone around and perhaps watch these 2 videos, Bill Holter and the other one, and explain to them exactly what's going on and see if you can actually get them to watch these videos or listen to them. Simple as that. I don't really know what else to say to you about any of that. It's bad, folks. It's really bad, as you know, and it's getting dire by the day. You need to stock up your food, your water, and your fuel to last you at least 3 months. And fuel, by the way, there's no possible way you can store fuel for 3 months. Enough fuel for 3 months. That's a bloody great big what's the name sitting in the yard tanker. So the only way you can play it, folks, is to have enough fuel to get to a point that you want to go to. And from there, maybe have something to go further on. You won't be able to stay in the cities. The cities are going to turn into bloody war zones, especially Melbourne and Sydney. Brisbane Brisbane won't be so bad, but the suburbs of Melbourne and Sydney are just going to turn into a bloody war zones. That's definite. If you're in the US and you're listening to this, you've got 8 days it is, I think 10 days now from now, to the election, if it happens at all. I've got family in America, and I'm going to be writing to them today to say to them, get the hell out. If you can afford it, get the hell out. If you can't afford it, get the hell out into the country, somewhere. Pick a town and just go there. Now, like any time from today, you need to get out now. If you can afford to get out of America, get a plane and pick a location, New Zealand, Australia, Bahamas, Argentina, anywhere that you can take money and stay on a long extended visa. And I'm not joking. I think if you haven't, if you're not prepared to stay and watch the mayhem, why should you anyway? Why expose your family to that if you don't have to? If you do have to, get your family out of the cities, any city, and go to a country that's got, go to a community that's got, say, 20,000 people. Pick a town that's got 20,000 people, etc. And if it was me, I'd be heading to Salt Lake City, because they're all Mormons. Now's the time to be aware. There's 2 canaries in the coal mine here, folks, or 3. Fukushima, which every single person in the world has forgotten about, which hasn't gotten better, by the way, it's actually gotten worse. one of the reactive cores is actually melted into the Earth. What's that tell you? The Pacific is now a cesspool of radiation. That's something that no one is reporting about at all, except for certain people on the internet. The second one is obviously civil war in the States. Unless you can put your hand on your heart and say that you know for a fact that the election is going to go over okay, etc., well, one way or another, it's going to erupt into riots everywhere. And that's just in general. Sad but true. And the other one is obviously war. Either someone's going to drop an EMP on America to kick off a war or to stop a war. So my point about staying in America is pretty valid, folks. Do you want to be there living in a country that's had an EMP dropped on it? Take note of the fact that the president's just signed an executive order about space waves, something like, I can't remember what it was. It was so bizarre, I couldn't even believe it. Why? I personally think that the way it's going to play out is they will fight tooth and nail. They're sociopaths. They will fight tooth and nail to stop Trump getting in. I'm not doing anything to stop him. And I think the Russians have told them, if you even so much as even try and have a war with us, we're going to drop an EMP on you. And there's nothing they can do about it. Because unfortunately the Russians have the planes and they have this know-how technology where they can just zap American planes and everything else and just totally disable them. If you don't believe me, have a read about the USS Cook, I think it was, Donald Cook. so scary for the blokes that they pulled into port and I think it was 30 of them resigned immediately and got off the boat. So never again. Okay. As regards to the stock market, the stock market's finished, folks. It's now just being propped up by unknown entities, i.e. Federal Reserve, etc. So there is no stock market. It's been a joke for ages and now it's just finished. They're now doing so many illegal things that it's just bizarre. And as I said, it's now time for everyone to stand up and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. We don't want to live our lives in wars and crap environments, eating crap food and putting up with crap people. And folks, on that note, I'll leave it there. Say the Lord's Prayer. I'm not sure which one this one's going to give me, but we'll see. Let's try this one. And hopefully you'll get some almighty help. The Lord's Prayer. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forevermore. Amen. God bless us all, folks.